Going through the academy, I now understand just how much work I'm going to have to put into becoming an ag teacher. There's so much stuff I'm going to need to cover, I'm going to need to figure out, but I am more certain than ever about becoming an ag teacher because I see what the ag teachers who have been here have put into their children's lives or their students' lives, and just what the interns here are so excited about becoming an ag teacher, and all the people who run the program are so enthused about us joining the program that it's really solidified my decision.
So actually last year we had quite a few members from Adair that were able to come and participate in this camp, and they came away with a lot of skills and a lot of different ideas before they go into the ag ed profession and before they even enter into OSU in their program. They really came back with some ideas and stuff that sounded really cool to me, and it sounded like a really fun camp. But coming into it, I had no idea what it would have to offer. The things I would take away from Dr. Ramsey and the rest of the teaching staff really came away with a really good understanding of what the ag ed profession is and what to expect and how to do a good job and be a good advisor for the kids that are really going to need you in these times.
The reason I joined the academy is because I wanted to get a jump start on my ag ed career, and I saw that there was scholarship money involved, and that's a big help. And I've found a lot of useful things out of this academy. And I would most definitely say that my passion for teaching ag ed is grown. I've saw so many unique and cool things. I love that I got to go to the chapters and see how those 3 chapters ran their chapters. They were all ran differently, but they all had 3 successful chapters. And that's what I love, and maybe one day I can create my own successful chapter.
So I have not been in Oklahoma FFA very long, and I have watched the FFA not only impact my life, but other impacts. I've watched my younger sister actually get impacted tremendously this year, and I decided to apply for this because my ag teacher is like another family to me. Both of them have kind of adopted everyone, so any way possible to learn more about teaching ag was definitely a good decision, I think. So it's not a very lengthy process, but I applied for this and I waited on my phone for what seemed like 12 weeks waiting on results to come out, and I was super excited, and I'm pretty sure I ran to my mom crying in the barn as soon as I found out, and within 15 minutes my ag teacher had called me. Luckily he found the results on his flip phone and called me and was so excited. It was such an honor.
I applied for this academy because I wanted to learn more about being a teacher. Like I had always thought about it, but I wasn't really sure on what everybody does because I come from one chapter. I mean, I haven't moved around everywhere. I wanted to see different views of it, and I've learned a lot of the different views than what I'm used to at my hometown.
I decided to apply for the Ag Ed Academy because I'd heard other students from my chapter talk about it who are now in Ag Ed, and agriculture education is just something I'd always wanted to do from freshman year, seeing what all my ag teachers did for me and how they impacted my life, and just completely pulled me into the FFA and opened so many doors for me. I'd love to be able to do that for other children.
So when I originally applied for the academy, I applied to better myself. So when I become that ag teacher that I want to be, I can be stronger for my students, I can be better equipped for my students, and I also joined as a learning experience to meet new people, to make new connections that I'm going to be using for the rest of my life as an ag teacher.
I feel as if becoming an ag teacher is going to be a good thing for me, and definitely coming through this academy has been really helpful. It's really helped me see different sides of ag programs and seeing different types of facilities that you can use as a resource. Also, all the ag teachers that we had whenever we went on our visits, they all said use your resources. You can't always do it on your own, and some of them were a 3-teacher, one of them was a 2-teacher, and one of them was a single teacher, and they all had different ways of utilizing it. And I think being able to have that reassurance that there is people out there to help you, whether you know it or not, it's going to be reassuring to be able to for sure have the confidence to go into the program.
For me, when choosing to apply for the Future Ag Ed Teacher Academy, it was an opportunity to go to Oklahoma State University, receive a scholarship majoring in ag education, And honestly, I didn't have a plan to teach. That was never my plan, that was never my path that I thought would lay out for me. Attending the academy opened a whole new door of opportunities. I guess sort of to a perspective, realized that teaching ag in Oklahoma was something that I could do and that I wanted to do and that I was passionate about doing. And now coming back to the academy as a teacher is an opportunity for me to share my story.
So I was very eager, realized my freshman year, thanks to my ag teachers, that a degree in agricultural education might be something that I would like to pursue. Serving as an ag teacher was kind of a dream of mine starting around my freshman, sophomore year. My ag teacher kind of asked me, have you ever thought about being an ag teacher? And at first I laughed and told them no, I'd never thought about being an ag teacher. And they said, well, I think you should think about it. And of course, as time goes on, you become a little more interested, and then the opportunity to attend the Future Ag Teacher Academy came open. I applied and was blessed to be accepted as the third class of the Future Ag Teacher Academy in 2009. And really loved my experience. For me, it was not about finding out whether I wanted to serve as an ag teacher or not. It was the reassurance I needed and the secondary support of this is exactly what I'm supposed to do. And so for me, the academy was not, should I do this, should I not do this? This was exactly what I needed to just ensure that I am on the right path and I am following my dreams to be an ag teacher. Fast forward a few years, now my role has changed from participant, academy participant, into one of the ag teachers helping to serve in the supporting role. So now our job is not to just participate, but now to help those participants. So our activities range from helping and support and providing advice to setting up things, doing our best to help ensure that our profession has some future teachers.
Well, 2 years ago, I had the honor and the opportunity to be part of the Ag Ed Academy my summer before my senior year of high school. So now being able to serve as one of the interns for the Academy has really been such a humbling experience. I feel like I've really come full circle. I've been able to appreciate everything we do here at OSU so much more, and now I get to pour into the lives of future Ag Ed majors and hopefully future teachers as well.
For me, the Ag Ed Academy is more than just a 1 week spent at the world's greatest university. For me, it's something that really starts the process and gets young people thinking about what it truly means to be an agricultural education instructor in the state of Oklahoma. When I went through the academy, oh goodness, what was summer of 2009, so I was part of the third academy at Oklahoma State University. So much has changed over the years, and a lot of it I credit to my experiences with the academy. If it wasn't for the impact of people like Dr. Ramsey and Dr. Terry and others that are on staff with Oklahoma State University, I feel like I would be truly lacking and almost unprepared as an agricultural education instructor.
So as an Ag Ed Academy participant back in 2014, I had the pleasure of having 2 great interns and 4 awesome teachers, with one being my brother. And that's actually how I found out about the academy. And when I applied, I really didn't know why I wanted to be a teacher, but I had wanted to be a teacher for so long. And after leaving the academy, I realized that I didn't want to be a teacher just because my brother was a teacher. I wanted to be a teacher to where I could be an impact on my students. And now carrying that on to being an intern, I have realized that I really want to be an impact on my students, and that impact has started here at Ag Ed Academy.
There are so many technical skills within the horticulture industry, and I think it's vital for those to be taught to students in an agricultural classroom, just for the industry as a whole to grow. This past week, students learned how to dissect plants, propagate plants, and create a flower arrangement, which are just a few of the skills within the agriculture industry.
I decided to apply for the Future Ag Ed Teaching Academy because being an ag teacher was something I had always been interested in, and I just wanted to make sure before I go and do this that this is really what I want to do, and I'm learning that it is.
I
applied to be part of the Academy because I have always been incredibly inspired by my ag teachers, and they've had such a wonderful impact on my life, and they really turned my life around, and I've always wanted to be able to do the same for another young student who may be needing an inspiration, and I just thought that the Future Ag Ed Academy would be the perfect opportunity for me to learn how to do that.
I decided to apply to be a part of the Future Ag Ed Teachers Academy because most of my junior year, I wasn't really sure what direction I was going to take with my career. I had a pretty solid idea that Ag Ed was something definitely in my wheelhouse, but coming to this camp I figured would solidify one way or the other, like my feelings towards agricultural education.
So going through the Ag Ed Academy was really mind-opening for me, and it was really my decision to want to be an ag ed major because I got to see Oklahoma State, I got to see ag teachers and how they, through their chapters, worked and how they mobilized and what their goals were for their students and how different it was for them rather than being at Adair, Oklahoma and having that system and how things were so different.
Well, I think it does two or three things. I think most importantly it exposes students that may have an interest in teaching ag the opportunity to really delve in and see what teaching ag could be and potentially is like as a career field and a career major. I think too though, I think beyond just the students that are impacted and a part of the program, I think it creates awareness of the need for ag teachers just with the profession and with the ag industry in general. Ever since we have started the Ag Ed Academy, there's always been a need for more ag teachers and better ag teachers, and I think as a profession it does a great job of exposing people to the need and opportunity we have for teaching agricultural education.